Dan here for Six Towns Radio. I'm at the Circle Bar at the Regent Theatre talking to Natasha J. Barnes and Darius Campbell, who are performing in Funny Girl, which is here until the 1st of April. Guys, thank you very much for joining me.
It's great to be here.
You're on stage in like an hour and 15 minutes as well. Like you're
what we're doing here.
I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
No, this is great, to be honest. We kind of like
takes
to
your
relax.
mind off, doesn't it?
Yeah, we like to have a bit of a relax before.
I'm going to tell this to everybody who comes to Stoke now. What you need to do is you need to have an interview with me an hour and 15 before you go on stage.
Just before you go on stage.
It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect. So let's talk about Funny Girl. For people who don't know the show, who's willing to give a brief synopsis?
Oh, you're really good at this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were really good at this.
No, you're
Should we
better.
argue over who's better?
No, you.
So Funny Girl, this is the 51st year since its debut on stage, which made Barbra Streisand the star that she is. It rose her from being a performer that was not particularly well known to being a global superstar. It's based on the true story of Fanny Bryce, who was the real ugly duckling to swan that conquered the stage in America at the time, when just kind of post-depression time, when the Follies girls, the long-legged, beautiful, gorgeous showgirls were kind of the thing that we're in. And she was a total cut against the grain. And she was funny and awkward in certain mannerisms, and then she heightened that and allowed to engage with audiences in a way that made her the highest paid performer for women in the world at one point. $20,000 per week. Wow. And we wish we were on that fee, don't we?
Yeah.
And that was that was back in the day.
That was back then.
So it's about her story and her transition into stardom, and then it's about the relationship she has with the gambling, wheeling, dealing bond trader that does a bit of dodgy dealing, Nick Arnstein, who in the film was played by Omar Sharif. So it's one of the most beloved romantic comedy musicals of all time. It won Academy Awards, it won every award going.
She won an Oscar for it, didn't she?
She won an Oscar, yeah. And it's one of
No
those
pressure for you.
classics.
No pressure.
No you see someone up and you can go in, yep, no pressure at all.
No
pressure.
pressure.
Beautifully summed up though. By now. So you're playing, as you mentioned, Nick Arnstein. Because it is such an iconic musical, and you mentioned obviously Barbra Streisand and Sharif. Do you have any pressure at all going into the show? Would you put any pressure on yourself?
Natasha had double pressure. I'm going to let her tell you what it was like. Triple pressure, because not only does she fall on the heels of Barbra Streisand, she then falls on the heels of one of her most beloved British actresses. And then on top of that, the first time she performs the role is the first time she performed it in its entirety from start to finish, and we'd never done it together.
Wow.
So can you imagine that kind of mantle? This girl, there's a reason why the Daily Mail declared A Star Is Born. It's not only an accolade that's deserved, it's an accolade that has continued to give us 5-star reviews and audiences giving her standing ovations every night. So come and see the show and listen to this girl's voice. She's like Judy Garland for a modern era. She's amazing. I'm literally your biggest fan. I'm 6'5".
No, it's great. We did this together last year, and I came into the project as an understudy, and I'm about 10 years younger than Sheridan. I have no idea how she does what she does, and I just wanted to learn from the masterclass that is Sheridan Smith. And I didn't ever think I'd really go on, and then I ended up going on doing 137 shows with this man here.
137
yeah,
shows, can you imagine?
being back on tour, but with Nick, with
Nick.
Darius.
That's how
Nick
into the roles they are.
I know, right?
Yeah, but it's it's brilliant because we already have our chemistry, and we found each other straight away back on rehearsing for it again. So that was really, really good. And she's she's kind of the first Amy Schumer, the first Kristen Wiig of her time, Fanny Bryce. So
Such a good reference.
There's a lot of kind of women to be stood up for when you play that part. You know, you're playing a part that is a full person, a whole person, and has a real idea of kind of what they want to bring to the table. And so the kind of guts in it is, you can see why Barbara and Sheridan have played the role.
Do you have a particular favourite part of the show? Obviously, you've done it whilst you were in the West End, and now you're touring. Do you have a part which goes, I love this job every time you do it?
For me, it's getting to people. If I can get to the song People, I'm halfway through Act 1. And because the first 20 minutes of the show for me is a bit of a sprint, and it's a bit of a triathlon, and it's really tough going, and
You're never off
was the
stage.
no,
From the beginning of the show to the end.
only to change clothes, and that is literally I come off, and it's like being swum at by about 6 piranhas. You just come off stage, and all these people are there doing your wig and doing your hair, and you just sort of have to stand there like this. And then you go back on, but people is the first time. There's a
I wish I could wake up like that.
Yeah.
Just wake up, get out of bed, put my hands up, have 6 people spin round me,
so much easier
and then walk out ready.
to get
right?
6 people to do everything for you. Breakfast, just stand there and people just make it and you
That's
feed
right,
it as well.
that would be great.
Perfect.
But,
So people is your
yeah,
moment.
because we get to sit at a table and we have a lovely scene, and it's our first kind of scene together, and then we get to kind of seamlessly move into the song, and that's usually the bit where I go, okay, breathe now, hand breathe, it's fine, I know.
What about yourself, Darius? Do you have a favourite part of the show?
I love the Nick and Fanny seduction scene, which is really funny and really kind of tongue-in-cheek and kind of sexy, and gets a big laugh at the end. It's
Yeah,
really
it
fun.
does.
So that's the bit we're looking out for.
Yeah, check it out.
So, because you have both done it in the West End and touring, what is the best thing about taking a production on tour like this?
You'll have to answer that.
Do you know what?
I've never toured
It's a
before.
bit. It's a
What's the
bit.
best thing now?
It's a bit like, what do you think? Well, it's a bit like being on the road, being on a bit of a holiday, because you get to see lots of different great cities. You get to be in great theatres like the Regent. I mean, this is a terrific theatre, and it's got beautifully. It's well set up, great staff, beautiful setup in terms of the staging. And whenever you get to experience different stages and different audiences, it's a different feel every night. The energy is different, and they react differently. But at the end of the night, to see them get on their feet and clap, that always gets you. And it's just like, oh man, we've got the best shows in the world, right?
Yeah, it is a wicked job.
Because you are going from theatre to theatre, you basically have to take your life from city to city whilst you're on tour.
Yeah.
Do you have anything which follows you everywhere? Do you have anything which has to be in your dressing room in the same place, or anything like that?
Just my manservants, just those 6 people that spin around me. Other than that, no.
Darius and his many servants.
Can you imagine?
That's the title of the video sorted.
Oh, great.
Darius' many
Can you
servants.
Yeah.
What about you, Natasha? Do you have anything which you have to take or have to have with you?
Yeah, since I did Cinderella, I was in Cinderella, the pantomime at
And she was
Palladium
amazing.
over the Christmas time, and my fairy godmother Amanda Holden bought me a dressing gown that was just like hers because I'd seen it and really wanted it.
Now, who gets
for
to say that?
backstage.
My
And
fairy
she just
godmother,
appeared
Amanda
on
Holden.
Christmas Eve, and she
Right,
said,
right.
"I've got you one," and I just went, "What's that? This beautiful dressing gown, and it matches hers." So I know that she's in Stepping Out at the minute, and she's wearing hers backstage, and I'm wearing mine.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, I always feel really cool when I'm in that dressing
Your
gown.
Right.
fairy godmother, Amanda Holden.
Literally, she was literally a fairy godmother as well.
I'd like Amanda Holden as my fairy godmother.
She was perfect. She was actually the real life fairy godmother. She was brilliant.
What's next for you two guys? So after you've done the tour's over, do you plan on staying on with the show, or are you looking to do other things?
I really want to hear more of your voice.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It would be really nice.
Yeah, I kind of want to do more music.
Yeah?
I love music.
Yeah.
You
I'm
love
falling
music.
in love with music. Yeah, I like this sort of show as well. When you perform with the band that we have, I mean, our orchestra is incredible. Aren't
They are amazing. We had a
And
full,
it just
full,
does
full big
something.
band, orchestra, amazing,
And
amazing.
it does something
playing.
to your voice, I think, like because you kind of go, oh, there's
So
still these.
maybe a big band album or something?
Oh
Maybe.
God, anything
Oh,
like that.
Something also that has some original. I think I can hear you doing something that. Yeah,
Something.
I think we need to get you in the recording studio.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you, Darius? Are you featuring on the CD?
I'm doing a bunch of different things. I've just produced Daniel Radcliffe's last film, Imperium. I'm working on 3 different film projects, which we are aiming to be really top, fun, exciting projects that I can't talk about yet because we haven't. We're in pre-production on the script development, and we haven't attached talent yet, so we can't talk about.
But it's
anything.
okay because he's gonna have me as a window cleaner in it.
There we go.
Oh no, she's going to be.
I'm
in.
gonna have a
She's
cameo.
definitely going to be in it.
Is it now time for
Cleaning
me to
something
kind
in
of
the
try and get a cameo in the film?
Sure.
Yes.
If we need an interviewer
Excellent.
to be one of the, in films where they have like, BBC News interview or something like that, we should definitely.
This
That's
man-
technically a contract.
yeah,
I'm
this
having
man
that.
is
Technically.
always doing
That's a contract. I'm going to get that sent off to the right people.
It's a
to get that
verbal
sent up.
contract.
Let's go back to Funny Girl. Just very quickly while we wrap the interview up. One sentence from both of you why people should come to the Regent Theatre before Saturday to go and watch the show.
The best
Ooh,
show
pressure.
that I think the Regents had in donkeys, because they have consistently amazing shows, and this one, from what I've heard in terms of what's been happening in the last couple of weeks of touring, which we haven't been on, the audiences are just going nuts for it. So we are lucky that we get to play the leads in it, and we've nearly got a sold out house tonight. So hurry up and get your tickets before it sells out.
Before you
Because this is a moment. This is a show that comes along once every 50 years, and that kind of, just to be part of that is amazing. But then to see it, I got to see it for the first time last week in Bristol.
Yeah, we went together.
It was amazing. We sat there with one of the producers eating our chocolate buttons, and it was just amazing. It was so funny. It was so. It was
you got to be the kids in the theatre.
Yeah, literally.
It was like being a kid, yeah.
What about yourself, Natasha?
Well, it was meant to be one sentence, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry. Very long sentence. A very long-winded sentence.
You didn't take
Classic
a pause.
No,
Darius.
exactly. I didn't take a pause.
Okay, I think everyone has fallen in love and everyone has had a passion for something, and balancing the two is a very human thing.
Oh,
So I think
beautifully summed up.
so you've
And in
got
a
to come
sentence.
see it. I love it. I love this part because it's just, there's no big grand drama. It's just about somebody that falls in love and tries to make that work. And I think that's why it gets everyone.
Why wouldn't you come to
But
watch
it's
it? I think
also like
that's-
awesome and spectacular, but it
Come
is at heart.
come
it's,
because
you know,
Natasha's
human.
amazing, and she's got one of the best voices you'll ever hear on stage.
We
period.
have fun. Come see us
And
have
we
fun
have fun.
and try not to make each other laugh.
There you go.
About 6 sentences, but that's the reason
Yeah,
why
there
it's
you
very
go.
much Funny Girl.
Exactly.
Funny Girl is at the Regent Theatre until the 1st of April, which is this Saturday. Get your tickets. If there's tickets left, from atgtickets.com/Stoke, or come down to the box office. Thank you very much for joining me.
I think we could
Great
be
to
on
see you.
today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.